Thank you for watching Knaspa Fashion Blog. Today, we are going to learn how to cut the basic neck and the basic armhole. But first, I'll teach you how to mark it. The tools will be needed for this episode are, of course, your tape measure, your pins, tailor's chalk, your ruler, your pair of scissors, and of course your notebook and pen to write something down, and your pressing iron. When we talk about the basic neck for an average person, when we consider how wide we are going to cut it, right from the middle here, you can see on the mark 3.5 inches. Then how tall we can cut, another 3.5 inches. You can practice on any adult if you want. So we'll conclude that for the basic average person, for a female, the average neck will be 3.5 by 3.5. So when we draw the neck, we are going to draw the front. This is the front, what we've cut already. So when we are marking it on our gray baft, we mark from the middle unfold part. This here is the middle. We mark from here towards inside, 3.5 inches wide. Then how long we are marking is also another 3.5 inches from the shoulder, the top. And when we are marking the neck, because the neck is not a square, it's round. So we've gotten a square mark here. We have to make it round. So we stand at this corner and pivot 1 inch from the corner. So when you pivot 1 inch, you just draw a curve towards it to join the lines here. And you get your neck. So let's mark it on the front. When you are about to start, you realize the back is having a zip allowance. So if you don't want to be confused, just fold the zip allowance inside for the back to be the same as the front, so that we can cut both together. Pin about 3 times. You can use your iron to press the zip allowance at the back. So we are going to mark 3.5 by 3.5 on both the front and the back. Since this is a basic neck, we don't want to add any style now. Later I'll show you how to do the style necks. But for the basic foundation, 3.5, right from the middle where the zip is. Looking at my dress, the zip is in the middle. So the unfold part of the front too is the middle part. And that is where the neck is situated, right in the middle. So from the middle, you mark your 3.5 from the middle. Then use your tailor's chalk and mark. From the top part to how long we are marking, from the top part to the down 3.5. You can mark here too for accuracy. And you use your ruler to just straighten it. And this is the square I'm talking about. And the neck is not a square. So we have to pivot 1 inch to get the curve of the neck. So you use 1 inch to put on the corner of the neck we've already marked. Then curve along the 1 inch mark, and we will get our neck. This is how we mark the basic neck. Note that for an average woman of size, medium size, size 12 as the mannequin, or me as size 12, 3.5 by 3.5 is okay. If you get a plus size woman, you can mark a 4 inches by 4 inches. Same applies to if it's a little kid, like a girl. If is smaller than an average size, you can reduce the neck size. Let's say 2.5 by 2.5 or even 2 inches by 2 inches for a newborn, or 1.5 by 1.5. So depending on the size of the female you are marking the neck for, consider the average as 3.5 by 3.5. If it's a plus size, you can add. If it's less than, you can subtract. So we are going to the armhole. The armhole lies on the side of the body. And it starts from the shoulder, passes through the chest, then ends on the armpit. And the previous measurements, the shoulder measurement was 15, the chest 14, and the armpit, shoulder to armpit, shoulder to chest was 6, shoulder to armpit. So we are going to use this measurement to determine the armhole. So looking on the side of the diagram, we take this as the shoulder, the top. So you realize the dress starts right from the shoulder. So this is not finished. So in order to finish it, we need to stitch the shoulder. So we'll leave an inch for the shoulder allowance. So this is 1 inch. 1 inch representing the shoulder. The armhole passes from the shoulder to the chest. And to know the position of the chest, we will look at the shoulder to chest measurement. Stand on the 1 inch and measure 6 inches down. So from here, we will measure 6 inches down like this. And this line will be our shoulder to chest. So this is 6 inches. Shoulder to chest, from shoulder to the chest, which is 6 inches. Then the armhole passes through the armpit again. And we have our shoulder to armpit, where it's measured 8 inches. So you stand on the 1 inch shoulder measurement and measure 8 inches down. So this represents the shoulder to armpit, carrying 8 inches. This shows the vertical measurements we've done. To bring the horizontal measurements, when we're taking the measurement of the shoulder, we take the shoulder, since the front is folded into 2, and we are dealing with only half, we will divide the 15 into 2 and mark from the center of the neck towards this one, and using your tape measure, let's say 15 divided into 2, which is 7.5, it's here, then we will mark it. When we take the chest, the horizontal one is 14. This is folded into 2, so we'll divide into 2. So when we divide into 2, we start from the middle part, measure towards the side, from here to here. Let's say we are getting it here to be 7. So when we mark our shoulder and our chest, we can go ahead and just join the 2 lines straight down to touch the shoulder to armpit. You realize the armhole is also not a square like what we've drawn. It's round. So we need to pivot and get a curve for the armhole. So you stand on the shoulder to armpit line, pivot an inch, then just curve your armhole to the shoulder to armpit. So let's try it on our fabric. So we first start, we mark our shoulder allowance, which is 1 inch. Use a ruler to draw. Then we mark the position of the chest, which is shoulder to chest, 6 inches. Be careful. If you start from the edge, then remember to add your 1 inch allowance, which you get 7. But if you start from the shoulder allowance, you mark your 6 Then your shoulder to armpit, which is 8, you mark. Use your ruler to extend the lines to the side. That shows you the position of the shoulder, the chest, and the armpit on the fabric. To mark the horizontal measurements, the shoulder for our part is 15. Since it's folded into 2, you are going to divide the 15 into 2. If you can't use a ruler, just bring the tip of the metal end to 15. Then straighten it and press the middle part. Open it and just read what is there, 7.5. Right from the middle, mark 7.5 on the shoulder. So you realize the measurement, we are getting something like a cross sign. So every measurement, you must get the horizontal line, then the cross sign. So for the shoulder, we've gotten our horizontal and the cross. This is the chest line, and the chest is 14. So we are going to measure 14. Since it's folded into 2, divided by 2, we'll get our 7. So we are going to use the chalk to mark the chest, which is 7. Use your ruler to join the 2 points, the shoulder and the chest, and extend it to the armpit line, the shoulder to armpit line. And as I said before, the armpit is not a square, so we are going to curve it by pivoting an inch at the corner. Then you just blend the curve through the armpit. Then we've gotten our armpit and our neck mark line. Thank you for watching this episode. I'm glad you stayed with me all this while. Continue watching Knaspa Fashion Blog. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below or contact the number on the screen. If you are interested in joining the Knaspa training, call the number on the screen for more information. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next episode. Bye.